Creative Come Up is brought to you by Jones Management. Follow us on Instagram at Managed by Jones and tune in to new episodes of Creative Come Up every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are listened to.
This is Creative Come Up with my brother, my partner, my business partner, everything of the above. Charity Croff, Gary, Indiana. What's poppin', bro? How you feeling?
Howdy, partner.
What's up, man?
I am blessed.
As you guys know, we started this podcast to kind of create this platform for creatives to be able to come on and kind of give their story. And I just want to be able to have conversations because I believe that conversations is the tool that we utilize to be able to learn, but not just be able to learn, but to be able to understand the process that other people went through to be able to get to where they're at now. So that's how we came up with Creative Come Up. So, bro, I don't want to get too in deep into like your story and different things. Not to say that your story don't matter, but I really want to get into some real stuff. But really quickly,
fuck your story.
Really quickly, just give me a quick like boom bam, Charity Croft, this, that, and the third, really fast.
Boom, bam, Charity Croft, this, that, and the third. I am 29 years old. Part of the story. But yeah, man, I make music. I write books. I make educational videos. I use words. I'm obsessed with words. And I try to use my obsession with words in order to make an earth a better place and help people push past their limits, most of which are self-imposed. That's what I do.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. Only you can say it that way. You know?
I mean, I pride myself on word magic. I pride myself on being skilled with words.
Okay, so I'm really excited about this conversation because we actually have these conversations a lot. It's not a camera or microphones or a really cool podcast machine in front of us.
Facts.
So
is it cool that I got this up here like this? I just want it to be like lately.
No, this is you. This your show.
For sure.
You know, we just gonna make it happen. So, for people that don't know, I'm the brand manager for Charity, and
we're very good at it too.
Thank you. You know, I try.
Yes.
Try my hardest.
You do try your hardest. Or maybe you don't, which goes to the conversation that we were having before. Not specifically you, but just people in general don't try their hardest.
So, as you guys know, when you have like a brand manager or somebody that's over your marketing and branding, you have these conversations on constantly figuring out different ways to be able to take whatever it is, the brand, the company, whatever, to the next level. So we have these conversations a lot. And I kind of want to start this conversation on the importance of, if it's not daily, at least weekly conversations on advancing a company's or a brand marketing on a consistent basis. Just the consistent basis of that conversation to take things to the next level. So talk to me about what you feel the importance and how important it is to have a individual or a team and have those conversations about marketing and branding on a consistent basis.
Yeah, well, so I'm from Gary, and I have a lot of friends that are rappers and that do music shit and blah 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 blah. And I've been rapping since I was 14, and almost everybody that I know essentially is rapping for their friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that shit, and again, that's no disrespect to anybody that I know. I love all of these people with all my heart. But most of the people that come from where I'm from, and not just in Gary, but damn near everywhere, are making music for their friends. Mm-hmm. They're making music to post on Facebook. They don't think they're making music for their friends. In their head, they're making music for the entire world. You know what I'm saying? But in functional reality, they're making music for their friends. Some people that might like and share it on fucking Facebook. And if they don't, the niggas mad talking about, yeah, niggas don't support you into the world. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are making music for their friends and not for the world. And the reason is because they are not prioritizing marketing and branding. They are prioritizing the creation of the art. And granted, creating art is a difficult task. Mm-hmm. It is time consuming. It is It is tedious. It is all of these things that are completely relevant and that make sense that niggas would just make the music and feel like, damn, I've done the work. You dig what I'm saying? But in actuality, that's not the work. It's damn near not the work.
No, not
like
at all.
you can have one song, the track star nigga, you dig what I'm saying, and be on top of the fucking world because of brand and marketing.
But no, you said something that was very key. People are you were talking about a rapper, or rappers or artists in general, but I think this even can go for just people as business owners. I feel that when we create a product, we are so focused on our family, our friends supporting us.
And here's the irony, and I saw a meme about this. That's a great point. I saw a meme that was just like, nigga, maybe your friends and family ain't your target demographic.
Exactly.
Maybe that's not the motherfuckers that your product is meant for. Yes. Because if it was, they would buy it. You dig what I'm saying?
No,
like motherfuckers buy shit that they want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even if they know you, it's not like, I don't like him. I mean, I know him, and just because I know him, I'm not going to support him. No, it's just like, bro, you're selling goddamn hair growth oil and your dad is 73 and bald. What the fuck? That nigga not finna buy your hair growth, or he might. You nigga what I'm saying? Set it up on his counter just to look at what my son did. Baby, hair growth oil. You dig what I'm saying? And so again, like, we be caring so much about, because again, any creative entrepreneur is an artist at their core. Whether you a nigga that's rapping or you a nigga that's making hair growth oil, what you are is a creative, and to you this is your art. And so you feel like, well, I put so much time and effort and passion into creating this art that now the world should just want it, and that's just not the case.
No,
people want things that they are primed to want, and that priming process is what we would call marketing.
Exactly. You have to be able to put your product in front of people in a way that makes them want it. And we look at it so much as like this dog and pony show, but you have to do it. Like, it's no way around it. It's something that you have to do, and it's actually the most important thing until you reach a certain plateau. Now, and I'm saying that I was watching a video from Don Miller, and he was talking about how he gets a little upset when people are so brand focused before marketing focus.
Yeah, I remember I saw that video too.
And it's like, and I get them, because sometimes we work so much on a brand that nobody is seeing, because we don't care nothing about the marketing. So I believe that once your marketing gets to a certain point, you have to then focus like, okay, my brand needs to be this, it needs to be that, because now you got people that actually care about that. But I think a lot of times we get it so reversed as people, where we focus so much on the brand. Don't get me wrong. You need to have some type of brand established. You need a logo. You need all these, so I can understand who you are. But after that, you need to market it like crazy until the wheels fall off. And then you can begin to just really, because the funny thing is, if you start noticing, you will start noticing established brands start like just now doing branding.
Meaning that they already had built the market, but now they're creating a character or a image or identity for what they are. And since, because really what you about to say?
I was about to say, since we're on that, I know we had this conversation about Drake.
Okay.
We're looking at Drake. Drake is very successful, as we know.
Facts.
Thanks God.
Yeah.
So,
Almighty. Oh hell.
But at this moment, me and you, I believe, can agree on he's now working on branding.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Yeah,
he don't have to work on marketing. His marketing is it's going. And
these right here is details that need to be discussed much more in this community. So it's really tight that you got a podcast. And by this community, I mean people that care about marketing and branding.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, Drake is, in my opinion, the greatest artist of all time. And statistically, whether or not you agree with my opinion, he's like, on paper, he is actually the greatest artist of all time. Like,
all the accolades.
Has more #1 hits than the Beatles, than Michael Jackson, than Elvis. He is statistically, actually, in reality, the the greatest artist of all time.
Yes, indeed.
And so his marketing clearly is fine. Niggas know who the fuck he is, and we all listen to his songs. But he don't feel like, because people that are listening or watching this, when I said, in my opinion, Drake is the greatest artist of all time, 40% of the people watching this video was like,
yeah, instantly.
Maybe even 70% of the people watching this video was like, And what that suggests is that his branding isn't that good. Because the marketing is great, right? And we all love it.
Nobody would deny
no one denied that he's a superstar.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
He don't feel like the greatest artist of all time to us. And brand is what the consumer feels about you. It's much more intangible. You dig what I'm saying? And again, shout out to Drake. I wanted it to be very clear that this is never Drake slander. I'm the nigga that's the most anti-Drake slander. This is an honest commentary on the company that is Drake, if you will.
No, definitely.
It requires, and it seems like they're going for that now, but it's just like, I feel like a lot of people didn't know what Drake was. He came out on the Houston type shit, and then he kind of moved to this wave, and then he was this wave, and everybody feels like, who are you, right? Brand. A lot of people don't. He not in people's heart.
No.
You dig what I'm
saying? He had a moment, but no, yeah.
He had a time. Like,
take care. Yeah,
exactly.
He's in my heart.
And the fact that we can both identify that specifically is even further evidence of the point that I'm saying. Like, he was in people's hearts on Take Care, and he just kind of damn near hasn't been in people's hearts. The same.
No,
he
you're absolutely right. It's just been good.
Fan.
It's been good music since Take Care.
You dig what I'm saying? So Nipsey, perfect example. The nigga wasn't that big before he died.
But had an incredible brand.
His brand was so remarkable that when he dies, it becomes legendary.
Yes.
Because everything made sense. Everything adds up. We could, if I say Nipsey Hussle to you, immediately certain things come to mind. Manhood, a businessman, understanding the grind,
don't give up
with the streets, never give up, persistence, long game, marathon, broad thinking, like, nigga, emojis, the motherfucking black and white checker emojis in a blue heart, that's brand.
Yeah, no.
You dig what I'm saying? Like,
and I like how you said that.
Is there an owl emoji on Instagram?
I don't know, but he doesn't really
use it. If it is an owl emoji, it should literally be associated with Drake.
No,
the fact that it isn't is the problem.
No, without a doubt.
Like,
without a doubt.
When we think of Drake, we should be able to think of an emoji like the way that we think of Nipsey.
No, without a doubt.
I'm saying? And that's the difference between brand. And again, greatest artist of all time, in my opinion. But the reason why I think that that's not the world's opinion of Drake is because of some mishap in creating an identity.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I agree with that. And I like the fact that you use Nipsey and a Drake, where we look at a Nipsey where before death, he was not looked at as a superstar. He was not looked at as having the hottest records, anything of that nature. It was so funny. I actually was watching this concert that Nipsey did, and it was for a festival. I think it was Broccoli Fest, one of them.
Yeah.
And like when I tell you, like the crowd was very unenthused. Like they were.
Oh, and this is a Nipsey show.
Nipsey show.
Okay, I'm listening.
And I'm like, wow, and then I'm reading the comments, and the comments like, oh my God, if they just, if he were to do it now, and yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But what I like about what you were saying is brand establishes your legacy. And marketing is more so for your right
reach.
now and your reach.
And man, listen, it's so funny. You brought up something that just hit me. Part of what I was saying was because of what you said, and then also was because of what that just triggered in me.
Yeah,
is that Nipsey's brand was already perfect.
Yeah,
his death became marketing.
The biggest marketing.
No bullshit. I've thought of this so many times. Like, now, this is gonna sound real crazy, but I want niggas to hear me for real. If you could figure out how to fake your death. No bullshit. No, I mean this with all my heart, bro. If you can figure out, because I say figure out because if you did it and then niggas found out it was fake, like, people would kind of hate you.
No,
right?
without a doubt.
Piece of shit. Yeah. But if you can really plan a perfect plan, right? I didn't know what to give away. I almost want to do it, but I probably won't do that. But like, if you could me right now, I am aware, and I say this humbly, that I have a very strong brand. Like the people that do know who I am, fuck with me.
No, yeah.
Like
you have a strong identity. Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Niggas know exactly when you say Charity Croft, immediately things come to mind that are immediately understood. That's good branding. I'm aware that I have it, but I don't have the reach. I don't have marketing.
Yeah.
If I got kidnapped or some shit, right? And niggas didn't hear from me for 2 weeks, and then a rumor went out like Charity Croft may have been kidnapped. He may have been died. He may be dead right now. It's been 2 weeks, so we're gonna pronounce him dead. And then all my memes would get shared. All my old educational videos, they would say this nigga was awakened on the masses. I would be the biggest star overnight. And then if they can find out that maybe somebody rescued me and I wasn't kidnapped and I didn't die, I would come back the biggest star on earth, bro. No, because that's how good marketing dying is. You know what I'm saying? No. And this is just a joke, but it's dead ass.
No,
you know
and I feel like if you have
than to die.
that bet, like a really good brand, it works. It works.
Bro.
And not to say,
I wish Nipsey could feel
who
he is right now.
I think about that all of the time. It's like, man, I really wish he had the opportunity to see.
Jeez, the reach.
Because I'm gonna be really honest with you. Because I am a person that was a Nipsey fan before he passed away.
Facts.
And when I tell you it is day and night right now, the love, the respect, this man is legit. He is one of the biggest. Like, not to say that I would. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, let's just be real frank.
Yeah.
Nipsey alive was C-list, maybe.
Now he's A+ list.
Oh, gee.
Ain't nobody who don't know who the nigga. I went on Peep Game. I was just looking at my archives from motherfucking Facebook just today, literally today. And you know, it show you like old stories and shit that randomly pop up or whatever the fuck, right? I was looking at an old story just today, nigga. Right after Nipsey died, Target, the store Target, had hella shirts and shit that were blue bandana print.
Wow.
Target. Like the month after that nigga died, you could go in Target and buy random clothes with the Crip fucking branding. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Blue was all the colors. Random bandana print blue t-shirts were at Target because they're like, we need all of this money because everybody wants to be like Nip. So let's make the whole world a Crip. Right? That's how hard. That's how extremely.
Nipsey had the whole world game banging.
He became an A+. Like he died and went from a C-list celebrity to A+++.
You're right.
That's a fact.
And it's crazy. And I do. I mean, you know, I always think like, man, it'd have been great for him to see that. But the biggest thing for like people like me, people like you, people like a lot of business owners, artists, whatever in this world, is trying to figure out what I can do alive to still garner that type of success.
Take your time.
Because it is. It's mind blowing because it's like I did spend a day. I spent the day really thinking like what Nipsey could have done
to become what he is now.
Yes. I don't know what, and I couldn't think of what that could have been.
I don't think there is any better marketing than dying. Like that's the greatest
that's
marketing
right. I mean, there's no artist that
in
ever
history, we talking about Picasso, we talking about maybe even Beethoven. Like
dying
like,
just
there are so many
better.
artists who become extraordinarily huge after they die because there's something about the fact that and here's a very interesting point, and this can go to a different conversation. I would like this. What is value? From what we know, the concept of something being valuable is directly correlated to its scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
The less of a thing that there is, the more we imagine its value to.
E.I. Jordan shoes.
You dig
when
what
it's
I'm
out,
saying?
is out.
That is value is directly associated with scarcity. Well, if a nigga dead, there is literally no more of the thing that can be created. And so you immediately become scarce as fuck.
No,
so
yeah.
now I want to hear everything you've ever done because there will never be any more of it.
No, exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? So I guess the conversation would be, how can you create the same level of scarcity that damn near to die creates?
No, which, and it was so funny. I did a podcast session with Mike Gillis.
Yeah.
He's a guy out of Indiana. He's from my hometown and everything, and he now is a food blogger, but also like a digital marketer, and he does a lot. He's a clothing designer. And one of the things that he told me, and also a really good homie of mine, Derek, told me, was when it comes to fashion, one of the biggest mistakes you can ever make is to print up a whole bunch of shirts.
Listen, it's scarcity.
And try to sell it.
Everything that we consider to be the reason why the dollar is about to collapse. Did you know that in the year 2020, this is a real statistic, it is estimated that, so think of all the money that has ever been printed, right? The fucking Federal Reserve, I don't know when it started, like early 1800s or some shit, maybe late 1700s, I don't know. Hella long ago is when they started printing money. Since then, right, hundreds of years, out of all of those years, 30% of all of the money that has ever been printed ever in the history of America was printed last year.
Wow.
In 2020 alone, they printed 30% of all the money that has ever been printed in American history.
Passing out bands.
You dig what I'm saying? What that suggests is that the reason that the dollar is about to collapse, and make no bones about it, it is about to collapse. And we're going to go into Bitcoin and crypto, but that's another conversation. But the reason why that is about to happen is because it is no longer scarce. And the fact that it is no longer scarce, it is no longer deemed to be valuable.
Wow.
And that is what we imagine value to be. Why is that the case? I don't fucking know. Just some weird human nature shit. Motherfuckers want what they can't have.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about everything from money to rappers to romance.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? You know how you want to make a girl like you? Don't need her.
Exactly.
And that sounds so fucked up.
But I mean, yeah.
Actual truth.
No, yeah.
The more scarce you are, I'm not good at answering the phone, right? In general, period. Women be liking me so much because I don't answer the phone. And it's not like I'm trying to play a game like, yeah, I don't need her. I'm not good at answering the phone.
Even the bad boy, the girls love the bad boy. Me? That was the thing.
It makes
he out here doing his own thing. He ain't hitting you up. It's the good guy that, hey, babe, how you doing?
And nobody wants that nigga. Nobody wants that nigga because he not scarce, bro. That nigga not scarce. Value is scarcity. And so, yeah, if you got a t-shirt company, you way better off barely making any.
No, yeah.
Like, make, very limited quality.
$100.
Nigga, the Drake song we was just listening to, What's Next? I just got one Virgil, got one in the ear, it's the only two, something to something.
Yeah.
He said, I just got a Virgil, got one in my ear or at the crib, whatever he says. But the point that he says, the valuable part is, it's the only two.
No, yeah.
That's why he wants these Virgils. That's why he can brag about this cool watch that Virgil Abloh made him.
No, yeah.
Because it's only two of them.
Yeah.
And so now I'm really cool. You dig what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
And that is what is valuable. And so, yeah, NFTs, we can go all crazy.
No, yeah, and I think the key for a lot of people, like business owners and different things that's out there, one thing that I think is very key is to find how you're able to create that within your business. For example, we do, the marketing and branding for companies. But we're very different where it's a lot of the little stuff we really don't do. It was so funny. I was talking to Ayana the other day, well, not too long ago, and we were looking at somebody, on Facebook, they'll type hey, I need a logo, tag some graphic designers, whatever. And I always stay away from tagging our name into stuff like that.
Really? Why?
Because it's like, if you're doing that,
yeah,
I don't want, like, it's because, like, I don't think you can truly, not to, like, to flex, but I don't really think you can afford us.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing no $40 logo.
Yeah, not fee.
You know, I'm not doing no $50 logo. Like,
but what about a celebrity? Like, what if, like, is rappers that a tweet like, yo, y'all know any photographers in the such and such area?
That's different. I would tag my name into that.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
I don't like to tag my name.
Facts.
But if somebody else do it, it's different. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah.
I thank you for the support. Thank you for thinking of me. But I think the key thing with that is because we also understand we want to sell people this package.
Yeah.
And with selling this package to you, because I feel that if I do this, and this, I could be able to do so much more, and we could be able to make this happen for you. And now I have this one client that I'm doing a lot with instead of all of these clients that I'm doing all of these little things for.
Right.
So that's in our way that we do the scarcity thing, where it's like, okay, we're not working with every single person, because right now I can tell you right now, and this is not a flex. It's not a flex at all, but this is just to help somebody out there. I have maybe 13 clients, and I will be really blunt to say I probably make more than a person that's out there that maybe got 30, 40 clients.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And it's because you
got to be couture.
Yeah, like I've tailored our services.
But then, so
there's
there's a whole nother conversation that can be about. You could do the scarcity approach. So now you're Karl Lagerfeld, right? Mm-hmm. Which is the nigga who was over like Louis Vuitton or
no, definitely
he was over a bunch of big fashion brands. It might not have been Louis Vuitton, but a big fashion nigga. You could be Lagerfeld. I think it was over Chanel. You could be Lagerfeld, or you could be Jeff Bezos. Now Amazon ain't nothing scarce about it.
We trying to go to everybody.
Everybody, but that's another question. It's two options. It is the scarcity model, which is, again, it's the high fashion, it's the couture. And then there's another model, which is the Jeff Bezos, the Amazon Walmart model.
Shaq.
No, dead ass. Yeah.
No, you dead right.
But it's just like, because you don't have to be scarce.
No.
You dig what I'm saying? You just have to have more than everybody else.
No, yeah, your production has to be elite, and then your cost always has to be down.
Stupid low, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally whichever you want to choose. Either you gonna be, because for example, even when we think about Genius Factory, right? That's more of an Amazon approach in the sense of the fact that what we're doing with Genius Factory, our price point is real low. That way we can get a lot of people to pay a low price and then still get us a good amount of money.
No, definitely.
Whereas people who like the conversation we just got off of, a digital course is more so meant for a small amount of people at a high price point. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
And either way, you can profit, and either way you can do good. And some might argue that the low price point method works better because who's richer, Karl Lagerfeld or Jeff Bezos? You dig what I'm saying?
No, definitely. I agree. I think it's all dependent on the approach that you take as far as your company and your business. But I think it's important for individuals to make sure that they study each field.
Yeah.
Because if you want to go with a high production, you better be ready for a high production.
Facts.
You got to be able to,
and you better be ready.
Crash born.
And you better be ready to not be respected. Because let's be honest, Drake is Amazon. You hear what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Drake is just like, it's another hit, it's another hit, it's another hit, it's another hit.
Kendrick, you gonna wait 2 years for this because I'm gonna cook it up.
Exactly. Frank Ocean, that's Chanel. You can't get this.
Yeah.
Ironically, he got a song called Chanel. But no, that's Frank Ocean. When the last time he came out on a project? We pressed, we crackheads, and we thirsty.
Definitely.
Because his model is scarcity. You dig what I'm saying? And scarcity gets you respected more, but high production value gets you way, way, way richer.
No,
you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, but there's a give and take. With scarcity, oftentimes there's not as much upside financially. And with high production value, there's not as much your legacy ain't the same.
No, yeah.
Because when you drop it every day, all day, you become the nigga I done seen a billion times.
It's the person that I've seen a lot. And I think when, like, using the music example with Drake and a Kendrick, and this is no shot against Kendrick, because I think both you have two good artists, great artists, not even just good, great artists.
Yeah.
But Drake was built for the production that he puts out.
Amazon.
He is built for it. He literally can sit in the studio and make a hit by the snap of his fingers.
That's a fact.
I can take what is in right now. If they into TikTok, here go Tootsie Slide. If they into Afro beats, here go One Dance. He's able to spit it out. They like trap, look again.
Everything you need.
Everything that
Amazon.
you need. Where Kendrick is more of I want to really
niche.
I want to really grow this and make it happen. And I think it's beautiful. But as a business owner, you have to be prepared to truly look in the mirror and say,
what is it that I want to be? You got to select what you're going to be.
Because you get so many people that production real high, then they go away. And you can see it's that confusion there. But you have to begin to say, okay, who am I going to be? And then where I'm and what just not who you want to be, but what are you good at?
Is you gonna be Walmart or is you gonna be Ferragamo?
Because at the end of the day, you may be good. Your good may be on a level where it can't be. For example, I don't know this because we probably would never know this. I'm not sure if Kendrick would be good dropping as often.
He can do it. He just don't want to.
He might know, but just think. He might not want to. I do think he has the capabilities because he's an amazing rapper.
Yeah.
So he has the capabilities to get on.
If he wanted to just do hit on hit on hit on hit.
Yeah, he can do that. But I think you also, it's not just on the talent level because we all have the capabilities to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But it's the everything else that comes with it. It's the mental state. It's the I think Drake is just mentally able to, me personally, I think he does, and I don't want to make this so much just about a Drake or just like music or whatever, but I want to actually utilize this to segue this a little bit, because this kind of goes on brand for you. And this is a subject that we don't think about or talk about a lot when it comes to business, marketing, branding, all that great stuff. When you're putting your brand and everything in the position, you gotta know what's going to come with what you're going to be dishing out.
Yeah.
And I think that Drake understood that, okay, I'm going to get some backlash. I'm going to get some this. I'm going to get some that. But I know how to combat it. Even looking at Amazon, they knew the problems that was going to come with being a mass production company. Same for Walmart. They looked at those goods and they looked at the bad, but they also, I think that they were very proactive on saying, okay, this is what we're going to run into.
I feel like Drake didn't. I don't think that Drake wanted what he got right now.
You don't think so?
I think he wanted the top, but what he wanted to be Hove. He not Hove.
No.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, no shade. I genuinely believe him. You're talking to a Drake stan who believes he's the greatest artist of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Personal opinion.
No, definitely.
And statistically actually accurate.
No, I agree.
But the problem is that because he is Amazon, motherfuckers don't like Jeff Bezos. Just because you own everything. You own everything. And so niggas just hate it on you regardless because you make yourself a target. You dig what I'm saying? Because you're so pervasive through everything. It's just like, nigga, Drake is like, he like vanilla ice cream. What I mean is like everybody likes vanilla ice cream.
No, yeah. It's the
standard. It's like if you want ice cream, most of the base of all ice cream is vanilla.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking in my head, like if I'm in any room, the comfortable thing to play is
Drake. Play Drake. And
again,
that's not a diss. That's tight.
No, it is.
Nigga, vanilla. That's not easy to be the thing that everybody likes.
No, yeah.
But the problem about being the thing that everybody likes is that
we get tired of it.
Niggas not passionate about that. No one's passionate about white paint. Even though it's probably
about rocky roll.
You dig what I'm saying? No, I'm like, look at these walls right now. No one is passionate about white paint.
No, not at all.
But here's the thing. It is absolutely, undoubtedly the most purchased paint.
Oh, without a doubt.
By a lot.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not even
if you're selling a house, I'm making it white. I'm making it neutral.
White,
it's the gray color.
You know
it's that light beige color that's in everybody's house.
Like, and so it's just like white paint is by far the most popular paint ever.
Mm-hmm.
By a mile.
No, yeah.
That is Drake. But who's passionate about white paint, though?
No, true.
Now, of course, it's a little different. Obviously, we're talking about music and paint.
No,
because Drake makes fire-ass songs that I love, but he makes so many of them so consistently in so many varying genres that there's not like a, what is a Drake fan? That conversation over. You dig what I'm saying?
Me,
but it's just like, it's also random
I can't describe me. I don't have an identity.
It's also random short Latino boy. It's also random Brazilian nigga who barely speak English who know a few songs by Drake. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a Drake fan.
Yeah.
And that's amazing if that's what you want. But I think the thing about hip hop that makes it different than so many other genres, we care a lot about legacy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard to make a legacy when everybody like you.
Mm-hmm. No, true. Now,
I'm listening.
I'm about to segue this
to
a conversation that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Drake is McDonald's.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody, I don't care who you talk to.
Yeah.
Everybody has ate McDonald's.
Yeah.
Once upon a time in their life.
I wouldn't say Drake is McDonald's though, because now McDonald's got a negative association. I get your point there, baby. He is McDonald's. No, I get your point.
So I'm just saying.
I'm real careful in this conversation because I want it to be clear that I am a Drake stan. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want that to be clear.
Drake jacket on right
now.
It's
a
Drake concert jacket.
No, this right here. No, hold on. Before we go on to the McDonald's conversation, I want to comment about this nuance right here.
Like, come on.
No. Why? Let me tell you why this is such an important nuance. Niggas be hating on Drake and talking shit about Drake, and I have a Drake jacket on the whole time. That's how tight he is. He's so tight that even niggas that claim to hate Drake got 15 favorite songs that are Drake songs.
Everybody got a top 10. Everybody got a top 10. Everybody. Your own top 10.
And imagine how huge that is to say that he's an artist that's so colossal that everybody got a top 10 favorite Drake song.
No, without a doubt.
That's unimaginable hugeness.
No, yeah.
And so again, marketing, it is the greatest marketed thing in the history of time.
The biggest thing. You can have a terrible brand.
You hear me?
But if you have amazing marketing,
you can be the biggest star on earth. And really, for 90% of the businesses that's watching this, that's what you want.
No, but
you dig what I'm saying? That's what you want.
That's key. That's
the key.
That's why we started business is to make money and to become rich.
And so when it gets to art, i.e. hip-hop, i.e. visual art, i.e. movies,
legacy.
You want legacy.
You want, and that's where that brand
respect, and that's
comes
brand.
in. Yeah,
brand
without a doubt.
Respect.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that that's so important. And even going to the McDonald's conversation, we've all had our favorite thing at McDonald's. If at one point it was the Big Mac, if one point it was a cheeseburger, whatever it is.
McChicken with buffalo sauce.
Come on.
Oreo McFlurry.
The big thing though, McDonald's with it was some sacrifices that they had to make in order to keep that production.
Pink slime. Dead ass. Like that's not even a joke. Like
so it's some things that they had to sacrifice, not just so much into the product.
Yeah.
But we had this conversation on the way to Blap City. We're in Blap City right now, if y'all didn't know.
AKA the Blap House.
Come on now. That's what a lot of hits finna come out of here. Just,
you hear me?
You know, shameless plug. But so on the way here, we had a conversation about Chick-fil-A.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Let's get there.
So with Chick-fil-A, and I'm looking at this, Chick-fil-A, in McDonald's. And again, and I hate this. I really, really do hate this. Drake, if you ever had the opportunity to see this, I just want you to know I dearly love you.
Swear to God.
You are my guy.
You talking to two Drake stars. That's the
Oh
irony.
my God.
It's just, but this is
real. We talking marketing and branding.
Marketing and branding.
And
so
I'm just going to be honest.
We have to be honest.
I'm not going to lie about this.
Yeah.
So with McDonald's, you had to make some sacrifices. Not just in the product, but also in the service. You know how many McDonald's I go to and just because
what you want?
The girl at the window, I didn't even get to I don't even want the food because of you. Like,
this is such an interesting conversation.
So again, going into the brand, I'm pretty sure sitting at some boardrooms for McDonald's, that's not the highest thing on our list, on their list. They say, I want a building on every corner. I don't care how we have to modify the food as long as we can get it out and make it as cheap as possible.
That's a fact.
This is what we want to do to be able to further our brand. That's their brand. Right. But you did go to the other side.
But they didn't further their brand. They furthered their marketing. Yeah. They would use language like further our brand, but really what they're doing, because like you said, people that don't understand this, they conflate the two. The marketing and branding, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Marketing is what gets you known and what gets you money. Branding is what gets you respect and gets you legacy.
And again, just as much as I love Drake, I love the marketing of McDonald's. I don't so much love the food, but the marketing of McDonald's is probably the greatest
everywhere.
thing. The great.
You ain't finna go nowhere and there's a 15-mile radius and it ain't a McDonald's. Bro. You're not even, that ain't no place.
And it's the realest thing. And it's because of their marketing genius mind to understand that the more that people see us is the more that when they are hungry, they will come to us.
Facts.
And it has worked. I don't care where you at. You can be in the middle of the hood or you can be in the richest neighborhood in America. No matter where the McDonald's is, it's always going to be a line. I've never seen an empty McDonald's. Yeah. It's just not going to happen.
But, and here's that nuance. It's going to be a line. But at Chick-fil-A, it's going to be a goddamn caravan around this bitch. No bullshit.
No, yeah.
Because
but that's the other side of it. So let's go to that. So you got the other side of it, which is a Chick-fil-A, is the Kendrick Lamar.
It's brand.
It's the Kendrick Lamar. It's the brand of it. Yes. It's the culture of it. It's everything about it. And again, this is coming from a person I rocks with Kendrick Lamar.
Pleasure. My pleasure. But every time they say something to you, my pleasure.
It's amazing. and they strategically said that we're going to put these different things in place. Not only is our service going to be A1, but our food is going to be A1. They were so known at first. With the cow billboards. Come eat chicken or whatever those little billboards or whatever said. So they we're not going to do the pork. Why? Because people don't like pork.
People don't be fucking with pork.
They ain't rocking with pork. So we're going to do chicken, and our chicken is going to be real chicken.
I'm talking about succulent. I'm talking about that bitch hitting.
And we're gonna put this, we're gonna put this time in. We're gonna make sure we're so polite. It's like a Kendrick Lamar album. Man, we put time in it. It's very strategic. Man. It's very. It goes right along. It's whatever you love is going to be to it to a T.
That's a fact.
And I think that is a side where I love this because it's two sides of the.
Really, I would put Chick-fil-A as the happy medium. I think that there's a more dramatic side from McDonald's.
No, without a doubt.
I think Chick-fil-A is where everybody want to be. So here's the two sides. McDonald's, right, which is super duper duper marketing.
No, amazing
brand.
Yeah.
Then there's Ruth's Chris, right? You dig what I'm saying? Like a super bougie ass, super.
Okay, I can see Ruth's Chris. I'm trying to think of another option, but yeah,
you dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Super exclusive and scarce and expensive and all of those things.
No, yeah,
and
your steakhouse, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But a high level, made to order. They frying that motherfucker right in front of you. You dig what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Flame broiled, That is the other thing. And then where everybody would like to be. Because consider, Ruth's Chris is a sit-down, beautiful restaurant. McDonald's is fast food.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is fast food, but it's like a fast food. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the high end.
And that's what you want because the fast food keeps it with the reach. You dig what I'm saying? You don't want to be somebody that's so exclusive that don't nobody know about you except this very small sector of people. No, that's not what you want to be. I'm talking about regardless of what your brand is.
Yeah.
You want to be known.
Yeah.
But you want to still be, you still want to have quality associated with you. And again, to not confuse back to the Drake conversation, Drake has also great quality music.
No, it's great quality. Like he can almost be that medium of Chick-fil-A. Is where I'm all like, I think he can, because he has that politeness. Yeah. He has, but I still will put him more in the category of McDonald's because just the production.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the production, and
you can't just get no Chick-fil-A restaurant. Like we said, there's a whole process which to even become a Chick-fil-A franchiser. You dig what I'm saying?
McDonald's is building 20 of them right now at the second,
down the street from each other. You dig what I'm saying? Which is why every day you turn on the radio, Drake.
No, legit,
and that shit tight. That shit amazing.
It's amazing,
massive.
It's amazing.
But do niggas love you? You dig what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And so general, and I want to hear your question on this. So general in business, if you are a brand, should your focus be on becoming colossal or should it be in entering people's hearts? Because here's the other part about that. When you colossal, you Goliath, and Goliath always gonna die at some point.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like niggas thought McDonald's would never die. The whole world turning vegan right now, bro.
Big time.
And so, literally, if McDonald's don't shift up their brand,
because you know they the only.
Everybody got Impossible Burgers now, bro. But nobody wants pink slime, and the niggas, because again, when the McDonald's get,
but I respect, they said we ain't going, we ain't got no Impossible.
Yeah, I mean whatever, but like y'all finna be through. Because we don't want that shit no more. And that's the thing that niggas that are Goliath are always at risk for. When you're the hugest company, your risk is always some young, scrappy nigga that's thinking about what's next.
No, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? That's how Tesla
Drake talks about it all the time, yeah.
Tesla comes out and destroys General Motors.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Because it's just like, oh, we finna go to electric because we care about the goddamn climate now.
No, yeah, definitely.
So we don't want no gas guzzler. We want an electric car.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like, the risk that you take becoming somebody with high production values that you're going to skip on quality and you don't have enough brand power to remain in people's hearts even when changes happen. You dig what I'm saying? Kanye West has made so many missteps in front of people. That's my nice word.
Nice word.
He has made so many missteps in the public eye, and we still love this.
Oh, love him to death.
We still love this nigga because brand.
Yeah.
But it's Kanye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, it's like the defense is like, but it's Kanye.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there is a powerful brand.
No, yeah.
I was talking to my friend Miranda recently, and this is about branding. And we keep bringing up music, but music is a very important microcosm that shows just how branding and marketing goes with everything.
No, definitely.
Beyonce, her brand is so perfect. She could functionally do anything.
They're going to love it.
I'm talking about.
And they're going to justify it.
I'm talking about literally, I had a conversation with Miranda, and this is just me talking shit, y'all, but feel me. Beyonce could kill somebody right now. We would say, and let it be like a man. It would be a feminist cry out for like Beyonce's right to defend herself against the patriarchy.
Oh, yeah.
She could murder a nigga and it would be feminism.
Yeah.
Because her brand is perfect.
It is.
She literally cannot do wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That right there is what you want to be.
No,
it's hard to be Beyonce, to have an unbreakable brand. And that's brand.
She's
the thing. She's what we want because she's got the super Drake level marketing reach and the untouchable brand.
No, without a doubt.
That's what you want to be Beyonce. But it's hard to be Beyonce.
Yeah, and it was a time that she didn't take as long of breaks that she's taking now.
Yeah.
It used to be a time where you get something from Beyonce every year, which she still kind of does. She's going to do a feature, a remix, or whatever.
Right.
It seemed like the Grammys always find a way to give her an award. Love her dearly. But I think another like big thing with that, and the reason why I appreciate this conversation and the reason why it goes to music a lot is because I think that in the music business, and I think this is the reason why people always, no matter what field you're in, we always gravitate to music artists and we gravitate to the influencers and different things of that nature, is because they really understand the concept of marketing and what it takes and different things of that nature. It's things a coming up rapper understands and will do that a major company
That's a fact.
won't even think
That's
of.
a fact. Because also
This brother is going to the to open up for so-and-so, pass out music, talk, network, different things of that nature. And I get shocked when I run into businesses and companies that look and when I talk to them about these things, like, are you doing any direct marketing? Are you doing none of this stuff? And everybody just, looking at me like, oh, dumbfounded. Like I done said a cuss word because, of course, nobody loves the door-to-door salesman. Right. But at the end of the day, these are the little things. These are the things that you have to do that influencers, music artists, they're not afraid to do these things. They're going to go out, they're going to spread notoriety, and they're doing it away on social media. One of the employees for my company, Danny Cisco Leon, I was talking to him the other day, and he said, literally, I spent all day just DMing people. Hey, I got a new song out. Hey, you want to check it out? Yeah. Because you never know, but it's major companies, it's businesses out there that will never do that.
Because they imagine that marketing is an additive.
And it irritates my life. Irritates my life.
They imagine that it's something to be like considered. Oh, do I need a social media? I don't really do the internet thing.
The fact that like, it's a question, like you goofy, like
you're
stop.
Goofy. Like life exists on social media.
Without it, you're nothing.
I literally just an honest inventory of my life. I'm finna go to my usage time app right now. How you go to usage time on iPhone? Because I just got an iPhone. I've been an Android nigga for the longest.
I think just type in usage at the top.
Yeah, nigga. I literally am probably on Instagram more than I'm like existing in regular life.
Oh no, big time.
You know what I'm saying? Like more of my waking hours are spent looking at Instagram than doing any other thing. Like talking to people right next to me and eating. Like most of my life is spent on Instagram. And that's everybody, dog. Like maybe not Instagram, might be Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is.
Social media.
Niggas are on their phones, staring at their phones more than they're doing anything else.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And that right there means that this digital world, by sheer time spent, is more important than the physical world.
Yeah. And this is the thing.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of my older followers, the older generation that's going to be watching this right now, you're going to be really upset with this statement. But we spent, as the older and the more seasoned people, we spend more time complaining about the fact that people are always on social media instead of understanding it. And I'm talking about my older people that own businesses.
Yeah.
And I know it because I interact with them a lot. A lot of my clients are older. And again, I'm not speaking on them because they have hired me because they understand the importance of it. But it's so many other older business owners that are still so reluctant to say, I need to invest into my social media marketing.
Listen,
because they're just so still hell-bent. You spend so much time on your phone. Why are you doing that? I don't got to do that. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm off Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have none of this stuff. If you don't, your business need it. And if your business is not on it, I'm telling you, I don't care how successful. And this is for everybody. I don't care how successful you are. You will not continue to succeed if you don't master social media, digital marketing. It's not going to happen. I don't care who you are.
I want to talk in a second. I ain't going to talk right now about it, but I want to talk about NFTs. Have you been researching NFTs yet?
No.
Oh, we're going to have a good conversation about that in just a second. But I want to touch right back on that, on what you said about that. Like, if you don't get on social media and prioritize it, it's like just being mad at life, right?
No,
and the thing what I love about business, a lot of the greatest business professionals are also into like wellness, into like mental health and shit, right?
No, yeah.
The reason why they correlate is because they function in a lot of the same values, the same things that Eckhart Tolle and Abraham Hicks and these great spiritual thinkers are talking about is the same thing that Gary Vee and all of these business people are thinking about, because one of the core things for wellness and like peace is acceptance, gracefully accepting what is and not always aiming to resist and move against life, right? Life is as it is, and thus you must sit in it and just feel that and just go along with it rather than wishing it was something else.
No, yeah.
Business is the same way. If you do not embrace the current state of the world and walk with it and instead want to advocate against it and be resisting, you will die.
No,
and it won't be because you got murdered. It will be because suicide.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Juicy J got a motherfucking, when Juicy J made one of the biggest comebacks in the history of old niggerdom, right? When that nigga came back out with Bands That Make Her Dance and fucking that song with Katy Perry, all that shit, that is one of the greatest comebacks in the history of old niggerdom. He was washed up. Oh, nobody listening to 3 6 Mafia.
No, not at all.
But on that same project that he came back, he had a little quote. And he literally had, it was like a little interlude. And it was like this: young niggas are taking over. Let me repeat to you. Young niggas are taking over. And that right there is the most sound business advice ever given.
Yeah.
Young niggas are taking over. And if you are not completely and consistently aligned with the youth, and whatever is the youth of your industry, meaning whatever is the cutting edge, whatever is next. If you are not, Earl Nightingale talked about this. Earl Nightingale said, imagine what your business will look like in 10 years and try to do that now.
No, definitely.
You dig what I'm saying? Because that is the only way you're going to survive.
Yeah. You got to be so ahead. Business is a game of
survival.
Yeah.
And you got to be ahead and you got to be next. And which is why I get thrilled when I see people that's just on that next shit. That's why Elon Musk never going to lose.
Yeah.
Because he's 10 years ahead of niggas.
No, and I even give it, even to double back on music, I always respected Kanye for that. Yeah. We called him crazy, but that dude understood. Next. I'm not caring about now.
What we talking about right now, man, this right here is the
reason
moment
why
of the whole conversation.
Even though they saying he ain't worth $6 billion no more, but he's still a billionaire. Yay. It's because that brother always understood next.
Ooh, I ain't never heard this before. This feels very novel. Next is the most important word in business. Is understanding next.
Yeah.
Because now about to be over.
Exactly. Why you so busy trying to figure out right now?
It's always about to be over. Now finna be over. The only thing that's possible to sustain you is next.
No, big time.
And every business that's so on now, you gonna lose.
No, yeah, that's the only thing that you're figuring out. Like, all right, what am I gonna do right now? It's always, what's the next move? Like, what are we supposed to be doing? What are we trying to do? All of those big things, I think, is major. So, but I know you said you had
Jeff Bezos. He has a quote, and he said that his favorite thing about his business is that he loves that he gets to perpetually operate in the future. Mm-hmm. And that right there is it. He himself. He got other people to maintain the now of the organization.
That's dope. Yeah.
He as the CEO is
dope.
only doing next.
No, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Which keeps it moving forward and forward and forward and forward and forward.
Without a doubt.
We can all get mad and say he robbed and stole and pillaged and whatever. And a lot of that may be true. What is also true is that at one point he was a nobody. And nobody was mad. You dig what I'm saying? We're only mad right now because he hooping.
Oh, yeah.
He's LeBron, Jordan, Kobe mixed. I'm talking about hooping.
He is that
capitalism.
dude.
Now, we can have another conversation about the flaws of capitalism and what's wrong with that. But the reality of it is that Jeff Bezos is hooping.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And the way to hoop in business is to keep your mind next. So, in the scheme of next, NFTs, have you heard of that term?
No.
Wow.
No.
So, side note, this is my actual brand manager who needs to be worried about next. He needs to study next. Well, basically, cryptocurrency is operated on a thing called the blockchain. And so if cryptocurrency is cars, blockchain is the street, right? Yeah. What the cars exist on.
No, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And so that's that. NFT stands for non-fungible token. And basically, it's a way that creators can sell their art digitally on an open space where they own everything, and it all goes directly from them, truly direct to consumer. Because we can say that like streaming platforms is direct to consumer, but it's not. Right. It's from you to Apple.
Right. Or it's a middleman.
It's a bunch of middlemen. It's actually you to whoever's your streaming provider, i.e. Steam or DistroKid or TuneCore, to Apple, to consumer.
Yeah.
Right? But with NFTs, it's literally you create something and then people can buy it. Right off you, know nothing. As the middle, like literally boom, boom. You dig what I'm saying? As a result of that, art becomes that exclusivity and that scarcity is lifted 1 billion times higher, because it's like there's evidence of the fact that I am the only person who owns this. And like blockchain has this technology that basically creates a digital ledger or a receipt to prove that I have the rights to this piece of art. But here's the thing that's trippy. Currently, right now, Google it. There are NFTs selling for hundreds of thousands, if not millions. There are people that are painting something like a digital piece of art, like some shit that they made on Adobe Premiere or on their phone. That's not even not no art like physical. Right here, no physical art, but some art that literally is only existing in digital space on their phone, and they're paying $700,000 for it.
Wow. Hey, Yana, you hear that?
No, for real. If you are an artist, if you paint, you need to create digital art right now, because the digital world is now more important than the physical world. We now are valuing art that you can't even hang up, art that only exists privately on your phone, as equally, if not more valuable than shit that's in your physical space.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is actually happening right now.
That's crazy.
If you Google most expensive NFTs and see how much they cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars, people are paying for art that doesn't actually exist in the physical realm. And even words like doesn't actually exist are misleading, because the reality is that they do exist. They exist in the other real world. It's no longer the real world and then whatever's on your phone, the internet. No, nigga. The internet is real life now. And this may be secondary. Whoa.
And for some people, that is very
That's scary as fuck,
That is
bro.
very scary.
But get right or get left, my nigga.
Yes, very scary.
Because this is the real world. And if you want success in your business and you not digital as fuck, you are dying in 5 years.
Wow.
That's a fact.
No, I mean, we cannot continue to deny the realness of just the digital world. Facts. From social media, from anything that you can think of digitally. It's just what it is now. I would even go far, because I know we don't have too much more time. We're definitely going to do a part 2. But it's to a point now that if you don't have this presence digitally, and I'm even gonna go this far. The pandemic placed us so further digitally.
Woo, I'm talking about it, and it was gonna happen regardless, but
it was gonna
accelerated the fuck.
Oh yeah,
it accelerated the fuck out of the necessity.
It's two things that we're gonna end this conversation with. It's two things that I truly believe that I had and I've had these conversations recently. One, McDonald's, since we was talking about this is a little random, but yeah. McDonald's would never, ever, ever open their lobby again. Mark my words. Sitting down at McDonald's to eat some food would never exist.
Cap.
It would never exist again.
Cap.
I don't believe so.
And once I want this clip. Once that shit happens, I'm gonna post it on my page. Like, hey, this nigga great at marketing. He is capping this thing.
I don't think that they will open their lobby again. Because I think the pandemic gave them a bigger reason of why. Because I would tell you right now, out of everybody that had to shut down, one business that did not, and I'm not just saying they're the only ones, but one that definitely did not suffer, not even a little bit, was McDonald's. It's because they were always the drive-through king. Always the drive-through king. And I literally just came up with this when a friend of mine brought this to my attention. Because I'm not going to lie, when the restaurants opened, I thought McDonald's was open.
Yeah.
I really did.
McDonald's ain't open?
It's not.
I don't know because I don't eat McDonald's.
Right. I didn't really know until I really went because I love their apple fritters. Apple fritters is freaking amazing at McDonald's. But I didn't know until I went to go get an apple fritter, and I saw when an employee came, another employee had to let her in, and this was as early as last week. So it's recent.
Really?
So that's what made me, and I began to think, and I'm like, McDonald's is very strategic.
Yeah.
I said, for them not to be opening that lobby by now,
there's a bigger thing.
I said, this is
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm looking at it. I think they're looking at it as we can downsize construction. We don't need no lobby no more. We can downsize employees.
Bro, the whole world within the next 10 years is gonna look like a ghost town, my nigga. Like, no, for real. Like, consider that the Sears Tower, the Empire State Building, all of this type shit, these humongous, gigantic buildings are 80% office space.
Crazy, bro.
You really I want y'all to sit in that statement.
I even want you to stay because my second statement was the office space has changed forever.
Forever, my nigga.
Because now,
why would I do that?
It's not going to slow down. At-home positions is not going nowhere no time soon.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
At-home positions is not going nowhere.
And what is downtown going to look like? Will there be downtowns in 10 years? And that's the thing. I always love watching like videos. I love watching old TV shows and movies where they like ideated about how the future was going to be.
Yeah.
Because they be having these like, we're going to have holograms and fucking teleportation. But like, I saw this old video where they was ideating the future, right? And they was thinking about all of this massive shit. And then somebody walked outside with their hover car and then they walked past a goddamn, they had like a dog that was like a virtual reality dog with them. And they was walking down, oh yeah, taxi. What's so interesting is that they imagined holographic dogs, but they didn't imagine that something would come and make taxis irrelevant. Wow. Called Uber.
Wow.
We can imagine these huge things, but these seemingly minute things about the way in which technology shifts, we don't be having no idea of how to pre-imagine those.
And that's the thing. We have to start thinking of that. Somebody sat down and said, I'm not going to stand on a corner and wait for a taxi. I'm going to sit in my home. I'm going to open an app and I'm going to call for a ride and he's going to let me know when he's outside.
And so when we see these old futuristic movies, we see downtowns in them movies and they looks like all silver and shit like that. Nigga, that might not be the case. Because if virtual reality tees up like it's probably about to do in a few years, the best office space, the best thing to do is get gigantic fields. That would be the highest real estate, will be large fields where people can play virtual reality soccer games with their friends who are all over the country, where people can play video games or they can have meetings. And the best place, the office space of the future will be big
Me
open,
at home.
will be you at home.
With the virtual.
That's so what downtown? What skyscrapers? No need for skyscrapers no more.
No, yeah. And I want to give a huge shout out because again, that was my one point. And big, huge shout out. I want to give a few shout outs. I have to be the one that said that I thought when the world opened back up, Clubhouse would fail. No. Clubhouse ain't going nowhere. Because I think things are going to stay digital.
Man.
I think it's always going to stay with a digital option. Not to say people are not going to want to get out, do their thing, whatever, but it's going to broader things where it's always going to be a digital option, to the point of, I believe that you're going to have conferences that's going to be physical, but hold on, we have a question from Clubhouse. Go ahead. You know, we our Clubhouse audience are. Wow. I think it's going to just further it even more, and I think this is the world, this digital world that we've been talking about. I think that's how it's going to be further. So I want to give a shout out to them because I thought they was going to fail, but they not. I think they're going to just greater advance. And another huge shout out. This is separate, and this goes along with what we were just talking about. One of my clients is my brother, Matthew Lyles. And Lyles is building these homes in Indianapolis right now. And he's putting such of an imprint, which is like super dope. Like he has this house that's it's a bookcase, and you got to do a fingerprint to get into it because the bookcase is actually the opening for the master bedroom. So like super dope stuff. And the reason why I bring him up is I think he's very strategic and very smart about understanding the importance on creating a amazing home experience. Because I believe that's where the world is going. Is creating this home experience that's going to be suitable for me for work, be suitable for learning for my kids, because I think it's going to be a lot more kids that's going to be homeschooled after all of this. So I think that, it's not going to be so much into like the office space where we used to put, so when we talked about real estate and architecture and building and construction, and the reason why I'm bringing him up, it was so much and it was so crazy. It's always been so much about the big buildings, the office spaces, these different things. But it was so funny when I was talking to him while I was down there, he had no desire for that. He said, no, I want to change the outlook of homes because I believe that's where people are going to be spending a lot more time at.
That's an interesting concept.
And they want, and you want your home life to be so much more suitable for you. I stayed at one of his Airbnbs when I was doing some work for him, and I thought it was so dope. The master bedroom in the Airbnb that I was staying at had a loft.
Really?
You went upstairs and it had a space, and it was like a little balcony in your master bedroom.
Interesting.
And I'm like, and it's so crazy. I'm realizing a lot of stuff during this conversation, but I'm like, dang, my office is right up there. And I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to set these things up and It makes my home life so much more conducive for the world that I'm really getting ready to get into. And I just think it's important for us to understand digitally where the world is going. And I believe that the presence that these like companies, my company, your brand, all of these companies out here, I don't care if you have a lawn service, if you sell paper, if whatever you do, you want to figure out what can I do to make my presence digitally more known.
Absolutely.
If it's an app, if it's whatever it may be, if it's promotion, if it's marketing. Number one, marketing is a number one. If you're not at least marketing on social media, you're already wrong. You're already way behind. Like that's step number one.
That's now.
Like, yeah.
And again, now is yesterday.
Exactly. Like, and I think that, and I'm trying to even think, I forgot where I was at. I was talking to somebody, or I was at somewhere, and it was like, hey, to do this, that, and that, you need to download our app or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, your app? Like, wow. But that's just where the world is going. So the biggest advice is, if you own a business, your digital marketing needs to go to a next level, and you need to start thinking of the next. If I have a lawn service company, what is that next level that I can take this thing that's going to make it easier for the consumer, tangible for them digitally? What is that thing, you know?
And what you just said right there is honestly what I would like to give if we give in final statement.
No, definitely.
You said easier for the consumer. Technology will always serve convenience. That's all technology is.
No, definitely.
Technology has one purpose: make shit easier for Malcolm or Sarah or D'Angelo or.
And that's the purpose of business as well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally,
yeah,
it's convenience. If that is the case, if we know that technology will always go in the direction of making things easier for the consumer, then it is your responsibility as a business to always be considering, how can I create less friction between the attainment of my product and my consumer? And not just the attainment, but their interaction, which is the reason why social media is important. Social media is important because it's less friction.
No, definitely.
I'm scrolling and I see you.
Yeah.
That's no friction. You dig what I'm saying? You want things to be as easy and as convenient as possible. So always be thinking, like, how can I make things more convenient, more easy, more accessible, more visible, more for the consumer? Serve more. Because the more you are caring about your bottom line, right? Like money, like if money is your motivation, bro, like damn near you already through before you started.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Because you're not going to make money unless you figure out how to serve more effectively and more efficiently than everybody else.
No,
and you can't even do that when all you're thinking about is how to make money. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out how to serve more conveniently and more effectively. And obviously that's going to include massive amounts of technology, very small fear of future. And yeah.
No. And I think that is key. And I think it's important for everybody out there to understand just the importance of this. We talked about which route you want to go when it comes to marketing and in your brand. You know, is you focus on production, or are you focusing on more of a legacy? You know, do you want to be mass production, or do you want a little bit less scarcity? But man, I enjoyed this. It's definitely gonna be a part 2. This is my brother. You know, we could talk about this type of stuff all day long. And just something that just came to mind. For everybody out there that is doing some marketing on social media, and we always talk about this. Me and him talk about this a lot. And with our company, we talk about this a lot. Content is king. Content is king. And one of the biggest things that I realized the other day as we end is I never no more get upset when I feel like, oh, I released some content or I released something and it didn't get a lot of likes and comments and all this other stuff. The biggest thing is I don't get mad anymore. And I have a different way of why I don't get mad, but this just really came to mind. You know how many times people ride past McDonald's but don't stop in? But at the end of the day, they saw McDonald's.
Yeah.
They saw McDonald's. They recognized it. But we get so sometimes caught up on if McDonald's really sat and just said,
how many people don't walk in?
Don't walk in.
Yeah.
They would be driving themselves crazy. But they focus more on, let's just put as many McDonald's out there as possible.
Wow.
Because it gives us the better percentage of the people coming in.
That's the bars right there.
So each and every person out there, continue to put your content out, push it out, push it out, push it out, push it out. Don't focus on the people that didn't like it, that didn't share it, that didn't comment. The thing about it is you just want enough content for people to scroll past. Because the more that I see your name, the more that I will become curious about your brand, what you're offering. So at the end of the day, I came up to that a long time ago when I had a good friend of mine. I had a good friend. He's a good friend of mine. He came up to me and he said, bro, you're inspiring me. Keep doing what you're doing. And he was telling me about some videos that I posted. He's like, man, this is really this, that. And when I left that conversation, you know the first thing that popped in my head?
What?
I said, this man don't like, comment, share anything.
But he's still looking.
But he's still, and bro, and the thing is, he approached me in a way that I knew he was looking.
Yeah.
He was telling me stuff that I forgot about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know he's looking, but I'm like, why do we sometimes get so caught up on like
it's the recognition?
Because at the end of the day, my sole purpose was that I wanted eyes. I wanted people to see. I wanted people to be. That's so as long as that's being done, who cares?
That's profound.
So at the end of the day, don't worry about the likes, the shares, all of that stuff. Just keep pushing the content because it's going to continue to do what it do. Because at the end of the day, I don't care how many people love McDonald's, don't love McDonald's. That sign in front of that building still says over 2 billion served.
Facts.
Period. Period.
Over 2 billion served.
That's
the name of this episode. Over 2 billion served. Facts.
But that is the creative come up. I love you guys. Charity Croft, Old Chap Charity.
Howdy.
Malcolm Jones, managed by Jones Management. You guys connect with us. See you guys later. Check us out. Next episode coming out next week. Love you guys. Peace out.
That's sure.